Hello.
Hello, look, show them your foot. So we're here in the kitchen with the ginger compresses. There's the ginger and
We're trying to heal.
Ayurvedic treatment.
No, macro.
Both.
Oh, is it both?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Anyways, that is what it is. No, so we had conference today, and David, we were just sitting here talking about it, and David was telling me how conference used to be, and how sometimes what would Guruji do when you walked in?
Well, often it was just in the small front room of the house, and there was just a few chairs around, and Guruji would be reading his newspaper, and that started a lot of conferences, and sometimes that was it. He'd just read his newspaper, and we would just hang around and just chill.
Wait, but who ended it? Like, how would it end?
I don't know. Well, a lot of times there was not that many. There was a couple of people or five, and Amma would serve us coffee. So you just slowly drink your coffee, but once it was gone, then kind of like you'd head out. But one of the things that struck me today about the conference with R.Sharath was like he's learned it from Guruji, and I don't know whether it's consciously or just absorbed it, but it's the art of deflection. So Guruji...
We're saying this with love.
Totally, no, it's awesome. Guruji, he dodged questions often and purposely evaded giving the kind of answer somebody was looking for. And he did it in a lot of different ways. Like, one is that his English, he kept that to a minimum so that he didn't have to get into subtleties and nuance. And that was his thing, was that he did it basically to keep everything very plain. And that was the answer was always that you need to practice more. You take practice, and that more asana practice is what is needed. And that's exactly what R.Sharath did today. That when you're trying to go to some kind of nuanced place or subtle place that's asking for just more distinction, it's just basically sort of deflected. It's like that doesn't really matter. What matters is you get on the mat and practice. And so this whole conference idea is funny because you're really just going there to hear the exact same thing every time, which is, yep, that's right, keep practicing. And that's going to be the answer to your doubts, to your questions about pain, to whatever you have, whatever deep philosophical angle you want to come from. It's just, you got to love the practice all on its own and go into it. And that's the answer. And so I find that very funny and beautiful that Guruji did it in all these funny ways, reading his newspaper and kind of, just like totally pretending like he heard a different question and just saying, bad man, why are you asking that? And just moving on. And R.Sharath, he does the same thing. So he just diverts it in a different way than Guruji, but the same result, which is just to basically tell you to practice.
Well, he tells fun stories. That's one of the ways he does it, I think. He tells these fun stories.
Yeah.
Little tidbits. But what was the most interesting part? What did you think?
Well, just that, to me, it's just that was, and also the part about the vinyasa krama, the sequence of the vinyasa, it should unfold sort of like a Vedic a mantra or a chanting practice, so that the rhythm, the cadence has a way of, like what he said, of calming your mind or centering you. And that the rhythm and pace of the practice, synchronized with the breath, unfolds mantra-like. It's beautiful. I love that. And also, like I said, that just that you practice because you love the practice, not for any other reason, not to get something or have any expectation, but it just comes down to it that when you get out your mat and you start, there's something about that very thing that you're doing that you love, and that's it. And that love lasts your whole life. It doesn't last for 5 years, 10 years. It lasts. It's a sustaining love, growing love.
Yeah, well, you know, last night we went and had some awesome dosas, and we have a doctor friend who he says, Dr. Esteban, what does he say to you often?
Well, if I come in, I like sort of wrecked with this pain or that, and you know, I was on a string of them for a little while, and he's just sighs, and he's like, you just don't know how to enjoy it, do you? You know, and there's something about that. It's just letting go and enjoying it. Like, this is it, and being into it, and just letting it happen, and letting that enjoyment of it just be there for what it is, simple, and yeah.
And what did you think about the part where he talked a little bit about how now, you know, there's 140 students at any given time. He's working with them, and that it takes away for him. You know, he loses energy and whatnot.
Yeah, for his practice, and that practice, teaching is hard on your personal practice, and yeah, no doubt about that. And just that, what a service it is, and what a responsibility, and I, you know, just happy to affirm that because I know how much energy teaching takes, and you know, and it's a sacrifice, and it's a worth it sacrifice. But he said teaching's harder than practicing, and I agree with that too. And it takes more energy, and it's a real service and a beautiful thing. But it's like, whoa, it takes everything from you.
Anything else?
Just happy to be here in India and sharing this with Joy, and just digging it and enjoying, you know.
All right.